What's up guys, Winter Kills here. Welcome to a brand new test hand video. We got Crusadias here. I have changed this build a little bit since the last profile I did. I cut some ratios of Crusadia monsters. I think the only one I actually cut down on was this guy to 2. Yeah, I cut him down to 2. Also playing Hornet drones instead of instant fusion now. And I'm also playing a 3rd Gamma Seal. I cut this down to 1. I made a couple of changes. I might do an updated deck profile soon because I wish I had engages to play in this deck. And I want to preface this video. I would say I'd probably cut 2 Valors for 2 copies of Engage because I think it would just make this deck 10 times better. Just being able to search out such a powerful card like Hornet Drones, I hope you'll be able to demonstrate just how good that card is in this video. But yeah, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and do this test hand video with Crusadia Sky Striker, if you will. I'm only running a small Sky Striker engine in the extra deck, just 2 Kagari and 1 Hayate. No need to run Shizuku in the extra deck, it's just not needed. Its effect is kind of useless anyway, so I'm going to pile shuffle, and hopefully I don't draw terribly, because I actually tried to record this video yesterday, but it was a little too rushed because I was on a crunch for time. And I kept opening a bunch of 2 of, like, I literally kept opening 2 Called by the Grave in, like, every hand. Which, to be fair, isn't terrible with this deck, because being able to stop hand traps is very, very important. Chain link blocking and just protecting your link monsters' effects from going off is very, very crucial with this deck. It's one of the most beneficial things you can do is just chain link blocking to protect your link monsters, like I said. So, well, there's a Called by the Grave on the bottom, so hopefully 1 won't show up in our hand. 2 can't show up in our hand now. It's impossible. So we're probably going to do going second hands, just because that's what this deck loves to do, is go second. So this hand is absolutely fantastic. This is just basically a standard hand that we'd play out. I'm going to put my deck like down here for the sake of this video, just so I can have a field spell up here, a graveyard somewhere near there. But yeah, so anytime we have a hand with Maximus in it, I usually normal summon him first, because I want him in the graveyard as a good target to add back with Draco. I guess also to say, if they had a monster on the side of the field, we'd probably Kaiju it. So we'll do that now. Just use your sense of imagination. Kaiju their 1 monster, maybe it's a Shizuku, maybe it's a Mikaba, or a Link monster or something. We'll put it in the zone that's going to be where we're going to summon our Link monster, just because we want him in a zone that one of our Link monsters can point to, obviously, so we get that extra attack. That's 3,300. Don't want to leave that off the table. So normal summon Maximus, and then go right into Magus right underneath this guy here. And then we're going to special summon Draco underneath him, and then we're going to use Draco as Chainlink 2, Magus Chainlink 1. Add this back, because that's what Draco does. He adds back 1 from the grave. And we're also going to activate Magus here, which is going to search us another monster. We already have a pretty decent amount of monsters in hand. Reclusia Maximus. I'm going to add Arborea here just again for added protection. We have Crusadia Power in hand as well, which is super nice. So then we're just going to link into Regulex here. The Link 2. He's going to be boosted up a little bit by Thunder King. He's going to gain that 3,300, putting up to 43 at the moment. Now, we don't have a card to chain link block here. This is where normally, if we opened, let's say, if this Crusadia Revival was a Hornet Drones or something, we would have gone Magus, activate Hornet Drones, go Kagari underneath it, Kagari 2, Magus 1, and then we chain link block here with Draco, add back that Maximus that we made the Magus with, so if that makes any sense. But we have Crusadia Power here in hand to sort of protect ourselves. So here we'll just activate Regulex. And at this point, I'd probably grab the trap card for safekeeping, just because if we aren't able to OTK for some reason, we have a backup in Crusadia Vanguard, which is always nice to have. Then we're just going to link again here. We also have basically a Return of the Dragon Lords in grave with that Arborea. Basically just banish itself from grave or field to protect a Crusadia monster from destruction. Then here I would just summon Maximus. You could summon the Reclusia here to pop, maybe if there was a mysterious back row you wanted to get rid of. You could summon this to the zone he points to, and then use Reclusia to pop itself, and then any other thing on their field that might be a threat to you. Maybe they have a Scrap Iron Scarecrow, I don't know. It's probably a bad example, but you know what I mean. Something that might cause problems for you and not being able to OTK. And then we can activate the field spell. Crusadia Revival. This is going to give him an extra 500. So he's at 53, 63, he's at 69, plus they added 500, so he's at 72, or whatever the math ends up being, 74 if I did the math right. So yeah, he gained 53, 63, 69, then 400 here is 73, plus 5 is 78, so he beat 78. I know math is pretty tough. 78, and over top of that, that's with the double damage from Maximus. That is definitely game. Even if we use Crusadia power to protect him, he becomes unaffected by other card effects other than his own, so he's going to lose the double battle damage, and he's also going to lose the extra 500, but still, he's going to be boosted up by a ton of damage. We're still going to punch over for a ton of damage, and we have these cards as backup. Well, I guess we would have one, and we also have the Arborea engrave if something did go wrong. So keep that in mind. When using your Crusadia power, you can make him unaffected, or any Link monster really unaffected by other monster effects. Other card effects except its own, I should say. So that would include Maximus, because that's a card effect that would affect him. So that's something you want to, be careful for. So well, that was a pretty standard hand. We'll probably do some going first hands depending on what our hands look like. So I'm gonna go ahead and pile shuffle one more time, and we'll do another hand. All right, it shuffled up pretty well. Let's see what we can draw into here. Hopefully the Crusadia gods are with us, and we don't brick. So already very good hand, even better, and even better. Just the more monsters you can see in your hand, I would say up to about 3 is really good, especially anytime you open up Maximus. So we'll play this one out as going second since we opened up Slumber. Even if we did go first, like this, like taking away the Leonis, like this is still a really good going first hand, because we have Slumber as a follow-up for next turn if we need it. We also have, we could even set this, and if they pop it, we can just banish it next turn and search it. But this is a pretty good hand, so we'll go ahead and play this one out. I would start with the Slumber, because they probably can get slumbered 100%. I mean, I've been testing this deck like a lot on YGO Pro. Played against quite a bit of meta, well, your fair share of meta. But then a lot of rogue and stuff, obviously, is what you'd expect to see online. I've yet to take this to an actual tournament yet, but I mean, how many times is Interrupted Slumber not live turn 1 when you're going second? It's pretty much always going to be live, and if it's not, and your opponent didn't summon any monsters at all, it's usually a pretty bad turn for them, so you're already kind of got a leg up in that game. So again, we normal Maximus for Magus, and then here I'm just going to Draco, Chainlink 2, Draco, Magus, Chainlink 1. Now here we can grab pretty much anything. I'm going to grab, I guess we'd have to grab Reclusia. We do play 2. I think it's a little different than my online build because I think I'm playing 3 Ash in that build. I don't have 3 Ash. Hopefully I will get a playset of the super rares when the price hopefully comes down a little bit. It'd be nice to have a playset of those for sure, as well as Alistair Meltdown Invoker. I'm going to be doing a new profile for Mech Knight Invoke soon once I get my hand on that card, so keep your eyes out for that. Keep your eyes peeled, I should say. And then here I'm just going to special summon Arborea. We did open up power to protect the Regulex, so if they do have an Ash or Ogre or Valor or something for it, we can save it. So we'll go ahead and search. I'm going to grab the field spell right now just because we're in a position to OTK, especially because we literally give them the card that we're going to OTK them over, and that's Gamma Seal. That's why the new Crusadia monster is going to be really helpful, because it'll kind of take away the reliance on having a Kaiju, deciding whether or not you're going to be able to OTK. You can just sort of move anything to this zone, or any zone that your extra monster zone lines up with. Either the right side or the left side, because there's only 2 that it lines up with, so you can pretty much create the own OTK for yourself. And then we're going to summon Maximus here, and then just go for, not Maximus, Equimax. And what's nice only at these extra monsters is next turn we have a huge follow-up if we, for some reason, can't OTK. We can just normal summon Leonis, go into Magus, summon Reclusia, Chainlink block 2/1, pop something if need be, and get a search off Magus, grab Draco, add back Maximus or something. Like, again, if everything goes terribly wrong, or we could just link away the Equal Max for Mage's next turn. You get the point. There's a whole lot of things we can do next turn, especially with just 2 monsters in hand. Even being Crusadia and Leonis, we're pretty much in a good spot. So we'll play the Revival. And again, I put my deck up here for some reason. It's just a force of habit. And we also get to search a Kaiju next turn anyways, so that's really good. So we have Revival. He's being boosted up by 33, 53, 77? Or no, 75 plus 6 is 85, plus that's 91, plus an additional 500. So he's at 9,600 right now, if I've done my math correctly. So yeah, he should be at 96,000 if I double checked. I don't want to seem too stupid. I don't know like I'm talking about, but that should be game tenfold easily, especially with the double damage over top of this Gamma Seal here. So that is a game, and we will go ahead and shuffle up here, and we'll try to do a going first hand now to sort of showcase what a defensive going first board would ideally look like if we can draw into, obviously, a playable hand. That will help. So let's see what we can draw into. Try to set up like maybe an Equal Max with 2 monsters pointing to it, and the trap card sets with maybe a hand trap in hand, like Droll and Lockbird or something, or Effect Veiler, or something ideally pretty powerful to stop their plays. So I'm going to pile shuffle again, and we'll do another one. Hopefully try to get an ideally good going first hand. Alright, we're all shuffled here, so let's go ahead and draw into a hand here and see what we can get ourselves into. Alright, so this hand is, it's okay. We open double Gamma Seal, which is unfortunate. You would be drawing into an Effect Veiler. Have we go second. So this hand is actually not as bad as it seems, although it looks pretty dismal. So the Hornet Drones actually just makes this hand really, really good. So in our normal Maximus, send him to the grave for a Magus, and then we're going to activate, not Magus, but we're going to activate Hornet Drones here, summon a token, get rid of the token for a Kagari. And again, this is why the Sky Striker engine works so well in here, because it does trigger the Crusadia Link Monsters effects, because we're summoning something into the zone it points to. And then we can also Chain Link block here, add this back, and we also get to search a monster in the process, which we really need here is a Crusadia Draco. And the Hornet Drones is so versatile, we can use it not just once per turn, because why not? We can use it as many times as we possibly can in a single turn, given that we have enough Sky Striker monsters to use to go into it with. Or I guess we could just use Link Spider as another example, which is something I might actually play in here because, again, it's just something to trigger like a card like Regulex or Magus or you name it. So I'd Hornet Drone here again, honestly, just to get more card advantage. And I'd go into Hayate. Now, granted, we can't Chain Link block here, but we did open up power, so we can protect ourselves with that. And here I'm just going to grab the trap card because we're going first. We're definitely going to want that. We opened double Gamma Seal in this opening hand, which is, again, I told you, I was opening up doubles yesterday. I'm still opening up doubles today, but not in the form of Call by the Grave, in the form of Gamma Seal, I guess. And then we're going to go ahead and go into Equal Max. And now, with having this late Draco play here, where we add this back, what this allows us to do is have this here to summon, and then we have that double monster that we want underneath the Maximus to use a card like Crusadia Vanguard, because what this is going to do is allow us to, during their turn, if we need to, tribute away this Draco, depending on what they're going to do. We could either summon out Reclusia for a disruption, or we could summon out this guy for a negation of an extra deck monster. So we can tag out just like that if we need to, and then if we summon Reclusia, we can just pop the trap card, and then pop something on their side of the field, and then use him to tribute this to negate, and then we can give them this next turn, and hopefully deal double damage. We draw into a Call by the Grave, which doesn't do too much, but you get the point, sort of. Well, if we didn't need to use the trap, another thing that you can do with something like this, a setup like this, if you don't need to use the trap, what you can do is link away the Equal Max, maybe use the negation. Let's say you just use one negation on something. because that's reasonable. What you can do is use the trap, tribute this away, go grab Draco. Draco summons here 2/1, add back Maximus, link into Regulex, summon Maximus underneath that, etc., etc., and then use whatever card you draw. Another draws a little different because I took out the World Crown and Regulex from Reclusia from deck, so would have been a little bit of a different draw than called by, but probably would have still drawn it anyways, given my luck. But you get the point. Still make plenty of plays the next turn using that trap card. If we don't end up using it during their turn, it's got a lot of utility because you can only use it to tag out a Crusadia monster when it's activated. So keep that in mind. It can be very useful for exchanging out a Crusadia monster on your field that isn't doing you too much to help do, you can tribute out for like a Draco, like I said, or a Reclusia, to add something back to get more monsters to trigger an effect of one of your Crusadia monsters. You just got to sort of use your best judgment and figure out what's going to be the best time to activate it. I usually like to try and use the trap card first, strictly because that way I get the trap card pop out of the way, and then I still have my 2 monsters to get rid of. So ideally I can keep the Maximus and still have a negation, target 2 tribute away for a negation with Ecomax. And sometimes even if I just have 1 monster underneath Ecomax, what you can do is use that trap first, get rid of it, go for Reclusia, pop the trap, and then you still have the Reclusia to tribute for the Ecomax. So I guess if that makes any sense, it's a quick little tutorial. So let's see what we draw into here. Draco, Reclusia, Droll and Lock, Maximus, Vanguard. This is already a really good hand going first. Let's just do it going second hand because I think you get the gist of going first. Just want to set up with the trap. We open the trap, that's fine. We can just search on Crusadia Power or something. So let's say maybe we Droll and Lock them, and then it's pretty much all downhill from there for them. But at this point, we don't have a Kaiju in hand, so if they do have a monster of some sort, we just have to hope that it's in the right zone. And again, if they do have a monster and it's not in the right zone, we are getting a new Link monster. And if I remember, well, I might just put up a picture of it if it's in English, if I can find an English picture of it that's legible. Basically, when something is like summoned to a zone it points to, I believe it has a left arrow and a down arrow, and it's a Link 2. You can just target a monster they control and move it to a different zone, or I think it's any monster on the field, move it to a different zone. It doesn't have to be a monster your opponent controls, but very, very helpful for just lining that thing up right there with your Ecomax. So normal Maximus here, and just trade him in for a Magus, summon out Draco, 2/1, add back the Magus, and then Maximus is gonna, or Magus is gonna search. So many similar names. I'm gonna add Leonis. Actually, no, I'm gonna add Arborea here for added protection. Never have enough of that, especially with a glass cannon deck such as this one. Very, very glass cannon. So shuffle that. And then we're just going to link into a Link 2, of course, which is going to be none other than Regulex. And here I would summon the Arborea. You can't unfortunately use Draco twice because we open up 2 Draco. Then we'll search. I'd grab the field spell here, or I guess you could add Crusadia Power as well. I'm just going to grab Crusadia Power for the sake of the video. Just have a little more reliability. Actually, we could have grabbed Leonis instead of Arborea, and just like summon the Reclusia here to trigger that search. That way we have a little more damage going into this next attack. Because we can't guarantee a punch for game currently. So what I would do here is just special summon these 2. And then we still have the trap set up. If we, like I said, this is actually good that we open it, because we still have this good setup with these cards on field and everything to use this. We do play 2 Reclusia, so we contribute the Maximus away for another Reclusia, pop the trap, still use the Reclusia, because you have to summon a different one when you use the trap. You can't summon the same one. So you have to keep that in mind, but other than that, this is a pretty decent going second hand. We're punching for 36, 4,000 damage direct. That's not too bad. But again, if they have another monster there, we're probably going to be able to do a little bit more than 4,000. But that's it for that one. We'll go ahead and do another test hand. Alright, hoping this last one we might open like Pinpoint Landing. Let's see. Because we haven't gotten to showcase that card at all. I do play 2 of it because I seem to always open 2 copies of it. And, well, we didn't open it. That's unfortunate because if we would have get to open a hand with like Hornet Drones and a, if we open like Hornet Drones, Pinpoint Landing, and Maximus, like that's just a really good hand, to be honest. Like, I think that is probably just like a 3 card, get you up into an equal max, no problem. Like, that's just really good because you normal Maximus, Magus, Sky Striker token into Kagari's search, Draco, add back the thing, add back your Hornet Drone, etc., go from there. But this is a pretty good hand. Going second, we drop this Gamma Seal on their head, and then I'd probably normal summon Leonis, get rid of it for a Magus. I keep putting my deck up there again. This is a Force of Habit. And then I would say special here, 2/1. We can chain link block them. That's perfect. And then we'll search a card like Maximus because we need him to do the damage. Always want to get Maximus out when you can. So now here we can special summon pretty much any monster in our hand at this point to activate Regulex because we do have World Legacy Succession, so that can pretty much revive anything in our grave to a zone that one of our link monsters point to. But to be safe, I'm just going to summon Leonis, use this to activate Regulex, and grab Crusadia power. We don't really have anything to protect him, so we just got to hope they don't have anything there. No, it's not the best way to try and go about things. Just hope they don't have something. But yeah, we kind of got to do that there. So Equal Max comes out, and then we'll special summon this here. And then I would Succession for the Leonis because he's got a little more attack. So that's 28, that's 48, that's 68, that's 7,000 attack, 7,500. We use this. We have a way to protect him now, at least going in for game at this final point in this this turn. And we also have a way to negate something as well. So if they do have like a Forbidden Chalice or something, or Mirror Force, or whatever you want to have for them, we can just negate it by getting rid of the Leonis and still probably deal plenty of damage for game. I would say, because even if we do get rid of this, he's at 36. He is at, 36, 56, 58, and that would bump him up to 63, which is just enough damage. I think that'd be 8,200 damage with the double damage, so that is all fine and dandy. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to be doing, like I said, probably an updated profile of this if I can get my hand on some engages. I might just do an updated profile soon because I think this build is much better and I might tweak it a little bit more. But yeah, didn't open up a single call by in today's video, I don't think, which is funny because I opened up a bunch of it. I literally opened that card like in 2 of them so many times the other day, so that's just, I guess that's just the ebb and flow of the game. Nothing really you can do about it. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you're new to Crusadia and you like the deck and you want to play it, I would say play it, especially when you throw a small Sky Striker engine in there. It's just, it works amazing. Also, I might cut this for like a Jizukiru or a Dogeron if I had one. I just play it because yeah, and I also think it's better to not play all high attack kaijus because in a simplified game state you want to be able to give yourself the bigger attack one usually if you can. And I think having the option to always have them have the small one, because usually the 2200 attack is always enough to give your monster the attack boost you need in order to do damage that you need to do to win. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Join the Discord if you haven't already. Pick up a playmat down in the description below if you'd like. It supports me. Really appreciate it. From the fine folks over at Inked Gaming. Pretty high quality playmat. This is a really nice mat. I use it for pretty much everything now. So hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, if you want to pick those things up, check them out in the description below. And yeah, Winterkill signing out, guys. We'll see ya in the next one.